Now, the Union Home Secretary has written to the Chief Secretaries of all states and union territories on the fresh surge of COVID-19 cases, saying it is largely due to laxity in observance of COVID-appropriate behaviour by people, especially in the crowded places. He said in the letter, and I quote, ensure compliance of guidelines to avoid COVID, to strictly enforce COVID-appropriate behaviour, such as wearing masks, hand hygiene and social distancing among people. Arvind Gunasekar joins us live with the very latest. Arvind, there is a heated debate among experts at the moment on what really is leading to the surge in India's coronavirus cases. As per this letter that we're putting out on our screens, it appears to talk solely about one factor, which is COVID-appropriate behaviour not being followed, which is entirely true, because if you see pictures from any marketplaces anywhere in the country, you see religious gatherings, you see political rallies, there are huge crowds. But this letter doesn't talk about genome sequencing or, the worry over mutant strains in India. Is that an aspect that the centre isn't talking about enough at the moment?
Rishika, after the Prime Minister held a meeting with the Chief Minister and also with the COVID cases showing an increasing trend in the last few weeks, now the Union Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla has written to the Chief Secretaries of all the states across the country and also to the Union territories, raising concerns about the same issue, that after 5 months of decline trend in the past few weeks, the COVID cases are again rising across the country, and that's where he has brought it to the attention of the state government, saying that it is because of the laxity in complying with the COVID appropriate behavior. Like you mentioned, he has asked the state government to ensure that the COVID protocols and the COVID appropriate behavior, including social distancing and also wearing masks and also hand hygiene, is strictly enforced. So this particular letter that has been written by the Union Home Secretary to all the chief secretaries actually focuses on this very important point, that is regarding the laxity in the COVID appropriate behavior, especially in the crowded places. So apart from that, the letter does not deal with the mutant strain or genome sequencing or anything else, but what we are hearing from our sources is that even in the meeting with the Chief Minister, even Prime Minister also stressed upon the same point, that we should not lower our guard at this point of hour, because once the COVID cases start entering into the rural areas, then that will become a very big problem. And that's where, with the festivals coming across the country, now the Home Secretary has taken and he has taken it to the Chief Secretaries to ensure proper social distancing and also proper COVID appropriate behavior across the country. Rishika?
All right. Well, it is an extremely interesting letter that's talking about ensuring that COVID guidelines are followed. Arvind, whether this is something that extends to political rallies that are taking place in poll-bound states or not is the big question that one will have to seek answers to. We've seen large crowds gather at political rallies cutting across party lines at the moment, and that too presents itself as a worrying situation. We'll keep a close watch on all those developments. Appreciate you, Arvind, for joining us with the very latest.